Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Shadow of a Doubt from this collection. And this movie is directed by Alfred Hitchcock, and it came out in 1943, a year after he made Saboteur. And I thought this movie was pretty great. I'm not sure if I like this better or worse than Saboteur. I think I liked Saboteur a little bit better, but this one I found to be thoroughly enjoyable. And I really liked the directions the story took. It's kind of a slow burn. And I really like the directions that the story took in this movie. And it's kind of a slow burn in a way. Like, not much happens throughout the film until you get to the end where it's like a release. Not trying to spoil anything, but I feel as though that's a good description, is that it just keeps building and building and escalating and escalating. And eventually you do get a release. I don't think that's really a spoiler. And what really helped out my experience with this film was that it was very well shot, and there were plenty of shots in this movie that were really interesting to look at. And I really loved following these characters. And Uncle Charlie, he was a really interesting character to me. And there were points where you can see just little subtleties on his face, like what he's thinking, and just little things like that that really enhanced my experience and overall the character that I was following. And one little detail in this movie, I also liked how characters kind of interrupted each other and also talked over each other. That was something that kind of surprised me, and it added to the world and the characters, and it made it feel authentic as well. And I thought the pacing for this movie was pretty quick. It didn't really waste any time, and I really liked when this movie focused on characters being suspicious of each other, because that's really the meat of this movie. Just like, what are we going to do now, or what's coming next? And it's always interesting, and the dialogue in this movie is well written, and you can understand these characters and where they're coming from, and it really does a good job at getting you in the mindset of some of these characters. And the story is always engaging for me. Like, I was never bored. I was always with it, despite the lack of things happening plot-wise. I always felt like I was getting something new out of each passing scene, which is really something that helps out my experience. And there were some child performances, which were mostly fine, but sometimes I didn't really feel as though it delivered what they wanted. Like, there was a point where one of the kids was supposed to whistle and he couldn't whistle. That was a bit distracting. And without spoiling anything, there were a couple things in this movie that were kind of set up, and I was thinking, ooh, is this going to come into play later in the film, like some reincorporation? But no, it's just kind of there, and I found that to be somewhat of a missed opportunity. And this is a film where it's perfectly acceptable to like the antagonist as well as the protagonist, because there's lots of interesting things going on and there's plenty of things to explore. And the movie does a good job at doing that. And even if not everything in this movie is perfect, like I do have some tiny criticisms with this film, it's mostly just like some things that could have been done a little bit better in terms of like what characters were doing. But overall, I was happy with what this movie gave me, and it really is a film that kind of sticks with me, and I really enjoyed watching it, and I would definitely watch it again. And if you like Alfred Hitchcock movies, then check this movie out. If you've never seen a Hitchcock film, you can still check it out, and it'll be thoroughly enjoyable for you. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Shadow of a Doubt a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thought of Shadow of a Doubt, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Marnie from this collection. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.